So I am about to do my nails, and I figured if I could possibly save some time by talking about the books I'm going to be reading and then also do my nails at the same time, I might as well, because I was going to do my nails before filming. But I did get a late start to my day. Not necessarily like waking up late or anything like that, but I did have to go work today on a Saturday, and I got home like at 12:30. So I didn't necessarily get a late start to my day. It's just that I had to go to work, and I wanted to start a reading vlog in the morning, like as soon as I woke up. And it turns out yesterday that I basically needed to come in on a Saturday. It's fine, but it's not fine because I got some overtime, but at the same time, like, it's a Saturday. I don't want to be coming in on a Saturday, but it's whatever. It's fine. I'm over it. I'm home now, so it should be okay. But yeah, so I want to start a reading vlog, and I wanted to do my nails for 2 reasons. And I figured, I said, you know what, I have lots to talk about, so I might as well put it in the vlog. And I apologize if the light changes. I am using just natural light. I'm like literally by my window. Why am I doing my nails? 2 reasons. First reason is because if I can do it myself, I don't like going to the nail salon. And then also because my nails just grow like stupid fast. I think every time I get my nails done, they only last like less than a week. And I know that you can get refills and stuff, but they're just so expensive, and I would just rather do my own nails. And I'm a pretty simple girl when it comes to like nails. I think the most craziest nail design really that I ever get is like long French tip, which is not crazy at all compared to like, you know, what nail techs can do. And so that's why I just do it on my own. And then the second reason, well, I guess there's 3 reasons. The second reason is because lately I've kind of been like disconnected, and this might lead to a little bit of a mental health ramble, and I hope that's okay. For those of you who want to listen, I mean, you know, I kind of feel like I want to talk about it. So yeah, I've kind of been feeling disconnected. Like I haven't done my own nails in a long time. And like my husband was telling me the other day, he's like, how come you haven't done your nails in a long time? Like obviously, like it's not necessary for one to have nails done or, you know, like physically have it together to feel good. But it's just something that I stopped doing, you know, because I don't know. It's just, again, I've been feeling disconnected, like with myself and with other people. So I am taking the time to do it right now. And then thirdly, I am doing my nails because I need to cut them shorter. And this kind of goes hand in hand with like me being disconnected and wanting to connect back, I guess, to the world. I tend to kind of isolate myself, and for me to fight that, I've picked up on playing the bass with my husband. So he's kind of like, he's not teaching me. In a way, he kind of is. I'm mostly just teaching myself. I've never picked up a bass before. I do know music. I am a musician. I played the clarinet for many, many years. I was in marching band, the whole thing. And I was in honors band too, so the music that I played in high school was pretty up there. I think our high school band was really, really good. We took it very seriously, so I've always enjoyed music, and I've kind of just stopped for a while, for many years actually. I feel like when I was in college, I barely picked up my instrument. I I've tried picking up the trumpet because originally that's the instrument that I wanted to play. And I know some chords on guitar. I just don't really play guitar. I feel like I just never connected with the guitar. I don't know how to explain it, but I picked up the bass and immediately I feel like it's something that I can enjoy. Again, because I am a musician, I've kind of just been able to figure it out without anybody teaching me. But I do have like my husband to guide me, and it's been really fun. Like, I really like it. I'm getting calluses on my fingers now. For string players, you already know how that is, but yeah. And just having shorter nails is just more comfortable in terms of like playing a string instrument. So I decided to give them a little cut and just a little color. Like I said, I'm mostly just doing this because I want to connect back into the world, I guess, because I feel like I have been isolating myself quite a bit. All right, so that was my little ramble of personal life updates, I guess. I've also been trying to like be more is there another word for me to say besides connected? But yeah, I just want to be more like outside, more present. That's a good word. I just want to be more present in what's around me. And I've actually, like, I went swimming the other day, and I was just feeling so happy. It was like nighttime. There was nobody in the pool. It was just me and my husband. And I was just kind of like floating, looking at the moon, and, you know, just having a moment, you know? If you know, you know. And it was amazing. So I'm like, you know, I should do this more often. And that's actually a reason why I stopped getting my lashes done, because I want to be able to go to the pool and not have my eyes burn and sting. I do my nails with gel nail polish just because, not even for durability, because again, my nails grow out so fast, but I do it because it's just faster in terms of like drying and whatnot. So I am painting them like a blue. What is this, like an electric? No, not electric. It's not super bright. Can you see it? I don't know. I'll show you later. And right after this, I'm going to start reading. What am I reading? I don't even know anymore. So this is what happened, okay? I like love using Libby, which is kind of an app where you can borrow audiobooks and ebooks to read off of your Kindle. And I was obsessed with Libby for quite some time now. And I would like borrow audiobooks and return them in like 2 days or a day. I would listen to it that same day. I was crazy for Libby. And lately I don't know, I borrow books and my time runs out and I don't finish the book. So technically I'm in the middle of so many books that I've had to return, and then I've had to put on hold again in order for me to finish them. And I'm like, okay, clearly Libby isn't working out for me right now. I need to stop borrowing so many books and probably stick to my physical. The last video that I posted on my YouTube channel, I did go over all the physical books that I own that I have not read, and I have so many, 102 to be exact. I think it was 102. So I just need to read those books and stop borrowing from Libby for a while. I feel like it's just not the format for me at the moment. So physically, I guess you can say I'm in the middle of 3 books. One book, funny you should ask, I think I have like 10 pages left, and I've been not reading that for some reason. It's been a whole month, I think, that I've started that book and I have not finished it, and I've been on those last like 10 pages for the longest. I need to just finish it. I'll probably just finish it right now, give it a quick rating. And I'm also in the middle of Icebreaker, and that's part of like a book club for a YouTube channel that I follow, and that was the book pick for April. For May, it is actually Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, and this came in the mail yesterday, so I'm probably gonna try to finish. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna finish. I'm gonna just read Icebreaker, and then when I get kind of like in the mood to start Daisy Darker, I will. But yeah, those are my reading plans: Finish, Funny You Should Ask, and Icebreaker. And then if I'm in the mood, I will start Daisy Darker. Because like I said, Icebreaker was a pick for last month and I'm still not even halfway there. But I did pretty much start that book pretty late in the month as well. And if I'm gonna read a book for a book club, I might as well read it like early on because everybody's like discussing it and sharing thoughts, and I want to be able to do the same, you know, and not just kind of like go back and read other people's thoughts. I want to be able to share as well. Leah, where you at? I know where you are. So I guess that's all that I really had to say. I'm not even done with my first hand. But I will quickly finish this and then come back and probably do a little montage. A quick reading montage. Also, I think I'm gonna play my Nintendo 64. I don't know if this kind of reveals my age. This is so embarrassing, but yeah, I still play my Nintendo 64 because it's the best. It's my childhood. Kind of and kind of not, because I was born in 1997 and that's kind of when the Nintendo 64 was released, and I obviously couldn't have played it when I was, 1 year old, obviously. But my brother and sister, they grew up kind of with the Nintendo 64, and then I kind of just grew up watching. I was the kid that was handed the controller that was unplugged, and I really thought I was playing like a dummy. And eventually I was old enough to play, and I enjoyed many, many games. I think my favorite ones definitely Jet Force Gemini and Diddy Kong Racing, and then eventually I started falling in love with Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, all that good stuff. Recently, I've been very nostalgic about my childhood, and I started playing my Nintendo 64, and I had a blast. I am amazed that that thing still turns on. Granted, I have to give it a little tough love for it to turn on, but it still works. And I hope that it works for many, many years, because I'm going to be really sad when it doesn't. And just like that, one hand is done. Bro, why are you always trying to throw hands with my tripod? This boy ready to box. Finally, I am home after a long day of work. I have changed into some comfy clothes, and before I make dinner, I owe you guys a reading update. I have been reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace for this reading vlog, and I started, I think, on page 20 or 50, something like that, and I've made it to page 175. So my goal for today is to get to either page somewhere between 200 and 230. The cover is so innocent, And don't let it fool you. Like, this book is quite spicy. It is quite smutty. I also have heard that people said they didn't enjoy this book because of how smutty it was and how descriptive it can be, because it can be quite descriptive. But I've actually enjoyed that. And I don't know if I'm just getting into like my old lady phase or what, because I'm 26, but I am a married woman. And although I do really like this because I feel like I'm closer in age to the characters versus other books, I'm really enjoying it because of that. There's one couple in here that's actually like falling in love, and I love them for it. I am cheering them on, but for the rest of them, I've got to say they are quite toxic. And I think that's just kind of pushing me to read this book, because like I'm really like into these characters. I don't know what it is. I really do think it's just how toxic they're being. It's like interesting, you know? And for example, there's a character, Aaron, and I am not I hate this guy. Like, I really do. I don't like him at all. He's very possessive towards Anastasia, who isn't even his girl. Like, he's just her skating partner, and he wants to control what she eats. He wants to control who she sees, who she befriends. It's really, really toxic. And every time that he comes up, I'm just like, oh my god, like, you again? Like, go home, like, please. I just want Anastasia to find a better partner in terms of like her skating career, because I mean, even though she's a fictional character, like, he is going to mess her up, and I'm not a fan of it. Also, Anastasia is quite toxic as well, and she reminds me of this Ariana Grande song called Makeup or Breakup. I can't remember which one it was, but basically the song talks about how breaking up can make makeup sex that much better, and like arguing and just being so intense and passionate. Like, I think that that's just how she is, because she really likes to mess with Nathan. Nathan is the hockey player who is on the cover of this book. I do want to keep reading, but for the sake of like just having a little bit more variety for the vlog, I do also want to pick up Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney today. I just got this in the mail like 3 days ago. This is also part of a book club, the same book club that I'm reading this for, and this is super late, by the way. This was for April and it's already May. This one is for May. So I figured I could get a head start so that the same thing won't happen, to where I'm not actively participating in the book club. I'm not, sharing my thoughts, because I did pick this one up quite late. So I want to be able to, read this, because it's May 9th today. So it's about time. And I am going to be taking off the dust jacket and make it official. I want to start this today. This is a thriller, and I've heard nothing but good things about this one. It has about 330 pages, let's just say 350. So it's like right in the middle. It's not too lengthy, it's not too short. And yeah, I am excited to pick this up. Again, I'm not picking this up because I need a break from this or anything, but I do want to have, again, variety for the vlog. So yeah, those are my reading thoughts. I feel like they're all scrambled. I feel like I wasn't able to explain or like properly explain how I'm feeling about Icebreaker, but just know that I'm enjoying it. But I am enjoying it because I feel like I would never put myself in like those positions, and like being able to live it through these characters is like, okay, like this can be quite entertaining. But yeah, I'm going to start on my dinner and start on Daisy Darker. update. I feel like it's been quite some time since I've updated this reading vlog. It's been very hectic. I'm still reading the same 2 books. So many things have been happening since I've last vlogged. So Mother's Day happened. My dad's birthday was also on that week. Tears of the Kingdom was released. So that kind of slowed down my reading because I've been wanting to play, but at the same time, like, I haven't been playing that much because I am trying to take it super slow. I'm trying to enjoy the game before we wait another decade for a new game. That's what I've been up to. Memorial Day was yesterday. We went to the beach. Whenever I got home, I was so tired, and I still had some time to do like a weekly reset. So I literally washed all the clothes and all my hampers. I washed my bed sheets. I washed everything. Big updates in my personal life. Me and my husband, we are making big moves. All my Saturdays for the past month and a half probably have been occupied. Every single Saturday, all day. We've been busy. I just have not had time to read, but every moment that I get, like even the tiniest moment, I still read. And I hate to say this, but like my books have become a nightstand type of book. Literally, they've been sitting on my nightstand, and that's basically the only time that I can read. Nevertheless, I have been able to get quite some reading done. So on Icebreaker, I don't think I've made that much progress. I don't even remember what's the last thing that I updated, but I have been enjoying it. Like I said, I haven't read too much into it, enough for me to know that I do like it. I do like the college sports romance, which I've never read before. I've never been able to get into sports romances, and I like where this is heading. For Daisy Darker, I have been really loving this book. Now, Alice Feeney, I have read another one of her books, Rock, Paper, Scissors. Loved the plot twist. It was great. It was amazing, and I've kind of been expecting something similar for this one. I did not know going in that this was like a retelling, I believe, of one of Agatha Christie's novels. It is a whodunit. So far I am on page 262, so I've got about 100 pages left, and I'm hopeful that I'll be able to finish this tomorrow. And man, like the family in this book, they suck. They're so bad. Like my relationship with my family is really close. We spend holidays together. We help each other out, emotionally, financially, however, any help that we need, and we don't expect anything in return from each other. And I'm not getting, like, it's just so uncomfortable, like reading about a family that basically hate each other, treated each other like crap when they were young. And I think something that might have helped was that I have 2 siblings. They're both older than me. They're 6 and 7 years older than me, but so they grew up together more than me with them. So I think whenever I was born, I was more like the baby. They took care of me. So there was never any like sibling dilemma. Maybe a little bit with my sister when we were younger, but not to the point where we're doing the things that these sisters have done to each other. And then I also think because my older brother and my older sister being the opposite sex, I think they took care of each other rather than pick fights with each other. So I think the relationship with my siblings is really awesome. It's really great. This is just not it. I feel so uncomfortable, but like I do like that. I like that I'm getting to, you know, read different perspectives and kind of gather my own thoughts about who might have done this. Slowly but surely, the members of this family are dying, and we really need to find out who is killing. I mean, it's a whodunit book, not really much of a spoiler there. I did hear that this book is predictable, which for me might not even be a big deal because I am really bad at predicting endings and I'm always shocked. I did hear that it is quite predictable, but there's this one aspect of it that has a little twist, And I believe it because it's Alice Feeney. So I'm excited to see what that is. 100 pages. I can probably get this done in an hour 30 to 2 hours. I don't think I'm gonna finish tonight because I'm in bed and I've had a long day, had a great dinner, had a kind of like a celebratory dinner for me and my husband, celebrating a little life accomplishment. I'm pretty stuffed. I'm happy, and I'm just gonna read until I get sleepy. What did I just read, brother? So I'm on page 314. I just read chapter 47. Oh my god. So that was huge. What these characters just witnessed and what they just went through is crazy. But oh my god, chapter, what was it again? 47 is brutal. Yes, chapter 47 of Daisy Darker. It's quite dark, very brutal. I'm almost done. I have, how many pages do I have left? So I'm on page 314, and I believe there's 330, 40-ish. So I've got about 20 pages left. Definitely gonna finish it within the next 30 to 40 minutes, or within 30 and 40 minutes, because I do want to take a little break right now. I'm gonna watch TV and then come back because that was just so intense. So I am finally done reading Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I am going to end up giving this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. In terms of like the plot, it, was giving me like 3.5 vibes, but I really enjoy Alice Feeney's writing, so I think I'm going to end up giving it a 4.5. I feel like her writing like pushed me to keep reading, like it kept me entertained, and on top of that, the plot was really good. In the middle, it was kind of slow. There was a lot of like flashbacks to when these adults were children, and I like how the flashbacks were kind of pushed in there, because it wasn't sort of like, oh, remember when this happened. It was more of watching family tapes and VHS tapes that revealed like things that have happened in the past. So I kind of liked how that was included in the book, the flashbacks, but they were a little bit slow. I feel like the book was hinting at somebody who was just a terrible person, and so this person is kind of like the target in the story. There's another aspect to this book that I was like, what? And yeah, there was tragedy involved. Trigger warning for like terminal illnesses, and I would say not child abuse, but parents who don't take care of their children. So if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, I don't think this is a good book for you. But nevertheless, still a really good book, worth picking up for sure. And I know that this is a retelling of one of Agatha Christie's books. She does mention Agatha Christie, I think, like twice in the book, and then mentions Stephen King once for some reason. I don't know what that's about. If there's any reference to Stephen King's stories in this book, let me know, because I don't read Stephen King, so I wouldn't know. But for sure, a little retelling of Agatha Christie's, and then there were none, I believe. So yeah, very happy with this. I think in terms of like icebreaker, I don't think this is a good book for me to get out of a reading slump. I think it's like just like a little fun read to read on the side. But for me personally, when I'm trying to get out of a reading slump, I need to read like thriller or mystery. Like that's my genre. So this is kind of just like a fun time to read on the side. I will definitely finish it. I'm not going to DNF it, but that's probably going to be until next reading vlog. If you are not following me on Instagram, I will leave the handle in the description below. But go ahead and give me a follow. I want to be more active on there. And for sure, I am starting to be more active on the community tab here on YouTube. So check that out if you haven't. Cast your votes because I just ask like fun little random questions every 2 to 3 days. If you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if there's a daisy emoji, but if there is, leave me the daisy emoji down below. And if there isn't, leave me the ice emoji. I know there's an ice emoji. And if there's both, leave both. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.